Here's a brief demonstration of PDA. As we've said, PDA is a web application by which you connect through your internet browser to the PDA server. You are first connected to this login page. To log in, simply provide your login credentials and click Sign In, and you are connected to the Start page, which is the navigation center for the entire application. Our menus are here, as are links to the three main sections of the site, and news and announcements from the administrators are here. A very important area of this page is the ActiveScript Reminders section. This is where you place patient information such as reminders or alerts as you work about the patient's or patient's PAP application needs, prescription refills required in 90 days, etc. The information you place in this section will become active and appear on the home page, which provides you a way to go directly to the specific patient. Let's first take a look at how to manage client data. Getting clients into the system and registered is very important. The beauty of our system is once they're in, they remain there, and you are able to issue many applications and other activity as is necessary. Let's take a look at the system. Once you're up and running, you'll have hopefully hundreds of clients in the database. Let's go ahead and pull one of these people in our database. Let's take this one, Gretchen Bowersmith. This file is now active in PDA. This is our active patient, active client. The client's entire history can be reviewed in the system. You can see the 18 prescriptions that were registered over the course of her entire history, and all of the times that an application has been submitted or the number of samples provided to this particular client. You can pull this information to the screen or also view it as a PDF file. You can hit back and look at all the data that's stored in her file and print the information if necessary for the client's review. Should edits need to be made, you would go to the Data Wizard. This is exactly how you would fill in a new patient file. You are not required to go through the process in the order that we've provided them here. We're simply broken things up into pieces that make it easier to handle. As an example, the address. If there's been a change of address, you can make that change. You can add a phone number and a variety of other personal information here that's very quickly and easily set and maintained. If you do not need to put in a special situation, the Next Step button will take you through the final step, where you'll check all the information, verify that you've got accurate information about this patient, then save the record. It's just that simple to get client data into the system. There's a separate wizard for financial data. There's some significant detail here in terms of how to record income for the client and for others in the household. This PDA system will do whatever math is necessary to translate this information onto the application form. We collect data on a monthly basis. Some forms require annual numbers for subtotals, and that information is handled within the system. When it's time to place a prescription into the system, you click Add New Script button, which takes you to the main script page. And this is easily identified because of this script pad here. Since Gretchen was our active client, she remains in the slot here, but you can change that easily, if necessary, by clicking the Opening a File Client button and selecting a different client. Now, the system has placed Mr. Domingo. That's Wallace Cornwall's usual physician. If you need to place a different physician, you can always override the system by clicking Set the Physician button. But just to make things easier, we'll use all the usual settings in PDA. We need to select a drug that's going to be prescribed. To make it easy, let's just choose Abilify from Bristol Myers. Let's assume the prescription is today, but if necessary, you can open the application and change the prescription to, let's say, yesterday. And we want 2 doses per day with meals. We'll just complete the prescription here and save the prescription. Now, the prescription has been saved into the system, but no items have been attached to this prescription. You can quickly move to this area here and place a reminder to yourself. Let's say that in 90 days you'd like to be reminded to refill this prescription, and then you'll need to process a dispensing transaction. In this example, we'll select a PAP application, although other options are a PAP renewal, samples provided directly to the patient or drug provided directly to the patient from our facility's pharmacy. In this case, though, we're going to apply for a PAP program. This page has a brief review of the prescription just to help you remember who you're working on here, the details of the PAP program. There's rarely anything here that you can't change. Many of these programs don't give you options. It's an opportunity here to place a note to yourself if necessary. This information needs to be saved so that it goes into the system. Now, you can print out the completed PAP form. When this button is selected, the system is looking at Mr. Cornwall's information and getting the proper form, bringing that data together, and delivering it to the browser as a PDF file. Let's come back here, and we'll zoom in so it's easier to see. This is a cover sheet that you put on top of these forms to help the patient advocate just keep track of this paper as it's being routed around for signature and to give them something to save after it's been sent. This has the critical information about both the patient and the prescription, some notes to help the advocate remember any special handling that this form may have required, and a little checklist that they can or not use as they prefer. Scrolling down, you can see the manufacturer's original form here. This is Bristol Myers Squibb. PDA provides the entire form, so you have a page full of instructions. And here's the actual form. As you can see, it's been filled out with Mr. Cornwall's information, including his financial information. Everything is checked and ready for the patient and the health provider to sign it and send it on its way. A new addition to the system, developed because some of our customers requested that we provide a printout of a prescription document that the physician can sign and attach to the form. In this case, the name would appear at the top of the actual health facility and of the doctor. We have some detailed information about the patient and then the prescription itself. This can be signed by a physician and then routed on. This is an option. If you don't like it and want to use your internal forms, of course, you can do that. By hitting the back button, we can demonstrate that all of this information has been stored in the system. See, here's Mr. Cornwall's Abilify, and when scripts are saved, you can go back and review anyone's file. Let's take a look at this other fellow's prescription. I can go back, view that transaction, get right back to this form if necessary, and reprint that form if necessary. There is the Lilly form, all filled out for this fellow, Ernest. And if you wish, you can go back. We just handled Wallace Cornwall. Perhaps those forms were lost. You can recover that transaction and reprint that form exactly as it came out before. Obviously, if you find, after printing out the form, that you've made some sort of error, perhaps you got the drug dosage incorrect, you can make that change, save it immediately, and reprint the form. You're never trapped in this system. Just go back, recover what work you've done, and process that. And because all of this is being stored, we are able to provide reports that can be used by the patient advocate or the patient advocate's management. There's quite a variety of reports available, both to the advocate and to the facility's management. Let's take a look at just a few here. You can go in and then take a look at all the prescriptions that have been issued to this particular client, and we're using Mr. Cornwall here that we use rather frequently in demos, so we've got quite a lot of prescriptions for this poor fellow. Normally, you wouldn't have quite that much volume. We can see all the prescriptions that this advocate has issued in the past. And here, you can see both the one for Ernest and there's the one that we put in for Mr. Cornwall. If you remember, we said that the script had been issued a day prior, so it's back, post. It's back one day from the other prescription. We can see all the activity that we have provided, both how many scripts and how many clients by month or how many different dispensings we've provided. All these reports can be viewed both on screen and as PDF files, especially used for some of the managed reports. Thanks for watching this demo of PDA. We'd like to provide you with a more complete and personalized demonstration. Give us a call at 860-361-6036, or get our email addresses off the website and we'll set up a personalized web demo at your convenience. Again, thank you.